Okay, now let us add the view that we're going to implement as a file. So new file, new Swift UI file, and we're going to call this notifications disabled. And this is just going to be two text elements and a button. So we start by packing the whole thing into a VStack, of course. And inside the VStack we have a text, and it says notifications are disabled, and another text that says then we add the button that lets the user open the settings. Let me just change that to have title casing. And this is going to call a method that we already implemented earlier, open settings. Let me just add that down here, private func open settings. And I will just copy paste that to save us some time. So just as a reminder, this opens the settings of the application. Let me just slightly reformat that, like so. So let's see what we're doing actually. Let's close the inspector and open a canvas instead. All right, so to make this larger, we will just use a preset font, the headline font, and this one will be a subheadline. And for the button, you apply a button style and let's say bordered. So before we start styling our panel here, or our VStack, we see the whole thing is sitting on a red or dark background, and we won't be able to see the rounded colors on a white background as we have it in the canvas. So let's just add that for the canvas so we can have a better look at what it's going to look like at the end. So we wrap our view in a VStack and we give the view itself a frame of max width of infinity and max height of infinity, and set its background to the dark color. There we go. So let's continue up here. First, we want some padding around the whole, all the texts and the buttons. So let's just add a standard padding, 20, and then the background and the foreground colors. So background, we use the light color that we defined in the assets. And for the foreground color, we use the dark color. Like so. And now we want round corners here. And earlier we would have done this with corner radius, but if you look at the documentation of this, it tells you that it's deprecated, and it says that you should instead use clip shape. So let's do that instead. It would still work, but sooner or later you have to get used to using clip shape. And so let's just do that, and we use a clip shape and then a rounded rectangle and set its corner radius to 25. Finally, we will have to make sure that it fills the whole width of the screen. It's not an issue here, but in case we have wider devices and the text is not that long, and we have to set the max width, yes, to infinity to make sure that happens. And finally, when we add it to the final layout, it will sit way too close here to the start button. So let's just add some vertical padding to make sure there's a nice distance between this and the buttons. Okay.